Am I the jerk for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her? I, 55 female, have been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad for 4 years. He's 63 male. My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by peers, my view that all children are innocents really tied my hands because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child. She has blamed me for that ever since and keeps referring to this one time where the kids at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to her depression. Part, not all, of my response was telling her to take a shower and I bought her some new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion and a suspension for the ringleaders. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she'd have permission to punch back if administrators didn't do anything. I thought that having her live with me while she finishes school and gets a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I modeled a healthy relationship. However, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She is a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism. So she'd get annoyed if she was eating alone and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she'd eat later or she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me and my daughter complained that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry and there was a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her and it's hard to be around her all day. He said she was a walking temptation and said that's why he was avoiding schmegs with me. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them still being in the house. I gave my daughter money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize her college's emergency financial and housing resources they have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as the villain of all villains. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyways since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just need time to process the situation and don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out whether or not to save. Am I the jerk? Shoo, they are tearing this woman apart in the comments. First comment, you're the jerk. I have a hard time believing that her DID just came from seeing you and your ex fight. DID stems from repeated trauma before the age of 9ish. You're punishing your daughter for your husband being inappropriate. Kick him out of the house while you figure things out. Someone doesn't develop DID just from watching their parents fight. I hate to even imagine what kind of trauma that poor girl must have been through to feel like her only way to escape and feel safe was to split off aspects of her personality into separate beings. The mother is a piece of for the way she is treating her daughter now, but I would bet money that her mistreatment of her daughter goes way back. I feel so bad for that young girl. You are a terrible mother. You failed to protect her before, and you're doing it again. No wonder she has issues. What should have happened is that you sent that D-bag husband of yours packing, if it's your house. Assure your daughter that you'll protect her. Please tell me this is made up. You let your daughter down in childhood by not protecting her, caring for her, being attentive. Now you are married to a pervert who is lusting after your much, much younger daughter, causing your home to become unsafe for your daughter. And what do? Throw her out and keep the pervert. Great going there, Mom. Now you're 2 for 2. You could have yanked your daughter from school. You could have stormed the principal's office. You could have noticed and immediately gotten her mental health help. But nope, not you. You could have told your husband, ew, yuck, you are sick, and kicked him to the curb, and gathered your wounded bird to your bosom and vowed to protect her. But nope, not you. You are the jerk for destroying your daughter's life. Unfortunately, people like this are all too real. I had a friend who ran away from home when she was a teen because her stepfather was SAing her. Her mother blamed her and didn't hold her stepfather accountable in the slightest. It seems you have a history of tied hands when it comes to standing up for your daughter. Do you even like her? You are absolutely the jerk and choose a pervert over your own child. I just can't believe how flippant OP was about an event where her child was clearly in the midst of a severe depressive episode to the point where she said the child was struggling with self-care, then got bullied over it. And OP's response was literally, "Have you taken a shower?" I thought my dad was an a-hole for telling me, "Have you just tried not being depressed?" when I was in my worst days of my own depression. For the record, I hope this poor girl goes full non-contact with OP because it sounds like it's the only shot she's going to have at healing. Your daughter needs you. Your hands are tied again, this time to an old perv. Your daughter deserves a mother who will stand up for her. Nah, the daughter's better off without a mother who chooses her predator husband over blood. My money is on that. This is not the first predatory male you brought into her life. You make me want to throw up. You're the jerk. You're being painted as the villain of all villains because that's exactly what you are. You allowed your daughter to be so traumatized that she developed a severe mental illness while you shrugged your shoulders and did nothing. Your current husband admits to inappropriate ideas towards her, and all you can think to do is dispose of your child as if she's at fault. Have you ever defended your child even once? That's your whole job as a parent. My mom did the same thing to me when I was a child, teenager. She chose several predatory males over me and my siblings multiple times. Still remember the first time at 6 years old, I told my mom that her boyfriend was touching me. She called me a liar, slapped me in the face, and said when I got home from school, I was going to be severely punished for lying. But I vowed my children would never feel this way, and they haven't. Let me know in the comments, has your parent ever chose their predatory spouse over you?